Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a custom menu background like the one you can see on the screen right now. This background is from the Hermitcraft server. Here is what it looks like in game, and you can see that our background is a seamless panoramic shot of this location on the server. So to create this custom menu background you are going to need the Minecraft 1.8 snapshot 14W03B or higher, and some very basic understanding of how to rename files and create folders on your computer. So we are going to start off by modifying the profile you normally use on the launcher. To do that, select your profile and click the edit button. Then make sure that the resolution box here is ticked and change these two to 512 by 512. Next you need to make sure that you have the snapshot 14W03B or higher selected. If Minecraft 1.8 is out at the time of watching this video, then just use that. And remember to make backups of your worlds before using the snapshots. But once you have made those changes, click save and launch the game. So once the game has launched, you're going to see a box like this. This is 512 by 512, which is what we need to take those screenshots for the background. And don't be alarmed, things are going to be tricky to read here and it's going to be difficult to see what you're doing, but you can just click on the maximize button so you can make it take up the full screen like this, and then when we need to take the screenshots later on, we're just going to hit this button and resize it back to 512 by 512. But of course, don't resize the window, because if you do that, then you're just going to have to relaunch the game. So I've generated a new world and picked a location for us to create a custom background for our menu. The reason I picked this place is because there are some hilly deserts, some plains, some hills in the savannah, and a village, so there's quite a variety of things to see. But this next bit that we're going to do is optional. We need to adjust our field of view to get the best image possible. Now I would recommend doing this at around 80. However, the higher up into the sky you go, you might need the field of view to be higher or lower if you're closer to the ground. Now the reason that we need to adjust this is so the edge of the screenshots that we're going to take will line up with one another, and if you take the time to do this, your whole background is going to look a lot better. So what we need to do is press F3 so we can see our coordinates, and I've already typed up our coordinates here. Now notice that I've put the 0.5 on the X and the Z, that's so we're nicely centered in the middle of the block. And also we put 0, 0 at the end. So the first 0 means that we're facing south, and the second one means that we're level with the horizon. So look what happens when I press this. We're dead level with the horizon and we're heading or facing directly south. So what we want to do when we're positioned like this is actually just look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen. You can see there are 3 wood blocks down there, and I'm just going to go and point to them now. It's these 3 over here, and what we're going to do is look forward and then look downwards, and we're going to be seeing if the edges of these blocks line up. So let's go back over there, have a look at the bottom left hand corner. You can see the 3 blocks. So now what we need to do is put 90 at the end of this teleport command, and we're going to look directly downwards. If I press F1 so the F3 screen isn't in the way, you can see it's not going to line up. So in the first picture we were looking at these 3 blocks, and in the second one we were looking somewhere over here, and what we ideally want is for those to line up together. So what we're going to do right now is adjust the field of view. Let's go up to 81 and do the same thing again. So we're going to look directly forward, and you can see now that that line in the bottom left hand corner is right on the middle of those blocks, right across the middle there. So now if we go and look directly downwards and press F1, you can see that the top of our screen is also directly in the middle of those blocks, which means that our picture is going to line up perfectly. So let's teleport back to that coordinate. That means now we have the correct position here, and we've also set up our field of view correctly as well. So in this instance we are, let's have a look, 88 blocks off of the ground, and we're going to have our field of view set to 81. So we are now ready to take these screenshots. What I've done is I've restored down the window size to 512 by 512, and we're going to be using that teleport command again, and we need to take these images in a specific order. So what we're going to do is change the 0 to -180, and then we're going to be facing north. Now another thing you might want to do is change the game rule for do daylight cycle to false, and that's so that the sun will stay in the same position when you're taking your screenshots. But we are now facing in the right direction. One thing to note, I am not touching my mouse because we want all of these images to be perfectly aligned. So press F1 and then press F2 to take a screenshot, and then you're going to press T and then go to the next position. So we're going to change the -180 to -90, and then just press F2, then press T to bring up the chat and bring up that one and change it to 0. And now we're facing in the direction that we used to do our testing, so we're going to press F2 and then change that number to 90. And then take our last screenshot like that. Now what we need to do is change this number back to -180, like this, and we need to change the second number to -90, and then press enter. You see we're looking directly up into the sky, so just press F2, and then the very last screenshot we need to take is with that last number being 90. So the one before it still needs to be 180, but change that to 90. We're looking directly down now, and just press F2, and that is all of our screenshots taken. So the next thing to do is to navigate to your screenshot folder on your computer. So find your Minecraft folder and just go into the screenshots, and you'll see the ones that we just took a moment ago. And what we need to do is rename these to panorama underscore and then a number. The first one is going to be 0, and we're doing the first screenshot that we took, and these should be in the order that you took them. If you're not, you're going to make sure that they are. So the first one will be called 0, and then we just need to rename the rest of them going from 1 to 5 in the correct order. So once those are renamed, you want to grab all of these, right click on them and cut them so that they're on your clipboard, and then we're going to create a new folder. This is going to be the name of the resource pack that we're going to create, so we're going to call this custom menu. We then need to go inside there and create another new folder, and we're going to do this a whole bunch of times. So this one is going to be called assets, and just double check that you have spelt that correctly, and then go inside that one and we create yet another one. This one is going to be called Minecraft. We go inside this folder, we create another one. This one is going to be called textures, and then we just repeat the process. The next one will be called GUI. Then we go into the next folder. In here we create one called title, and then we go into that one and we create the very last one, which is going to be background. And then we go inside that folder and we paste those images that we just made. So next we are going to navigate all the way back down to this custom menu folder, and here it is. You need to put a file that will be available for download in the description box. That's on my clipboard at the moment, so I'm going to paste this in, and this file right here you are going to want to open with Notepad. So to open this file, we're just going to drag it into Notepad like this, and all you need to look at here is this bit, custom background. That's where we can change the name of this, so we're just going to give it the same name as our folder, which is custom menu. So we do that, we click File, Save, then we can close Notepad, then we go back to the Screenshots folder. So it's in this folder we now have our custom menu, which is actually a resource pack that we've built. So inside there you've got the pack and all of those folders leading up to the screenshots that we took. So let's go back to that custom menu folder and into our screenshots one. What we want to do is move this to the resource packs folder. So we're going to go Cut, and we're going to go back a level. You can see the resource packs is here. If you don't know how to find this folder, then you can actually go into your game, into the resource packs menu, and there's a button you can click that will open the folder, which will be this one right here, and this is where you need to paste that previous one. So now when we load up the game, you can see our previous one of the Hermitcraft server in the background. What we need to do is to go to Options, Resource Packs. We're going to unequip that one, which was called Custom Background, and equip our new one, which we called Custom Menu, which is probably a little bit confusing, but there you go. You just click on Done, and now let's take a look at what this thing looks like. So you can see it sped up in the background. We have created a perfect and seamless panoramic shot for the menu background. So that concludes this tutorial. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. It will always be appreciated, and if you are not subscribed, then why not consider subscribing for more high quality Minecraft tutorials. But that is it from me this video, so as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.